The podcast you are about to hear contains graphic language and adult content.
Sorry, moms.
I imagine if you binge this podcast, your only hint as to when it starts and ends is musical. Other than that, we don't really make it clear. We don't help.
We're like the podcast that lives in the liminal space. The space between the pods.
The pod between pods.
Hi.
No, we should continue that bit.
No, that was a bad bit. Let's continue this bit where it's the beginning of February.
Yeah, it is. Man, oh man, what a time. Moving along. January.
Time
out.
do be passing. Time do be passing.
I feel like 2023 hasn't even really developed personality yet. Maybe that's good.
And if it has, if I had to develop a personality for it, I would say, and don't take this the wrong way, I feel like 2023 might be a bit of a Gemini. She seems a little two-faced. She seems a little...
What the fuck?
She seems
How am I not supposed to take that the wrong way? This is...
It's not personal. It's just the experience.
Steve Lacy said, Gemini writes, and I agree.
You know?
I'm here to promote some, good Gemini representation, okay? There are dozens of us. Good Gemini. I think the people who represent Geminis poorly are June Geminis. Not May. Not me. Couldn't be.
It's gonna be May. But that's good. It's important for people to see themselves in media, and all the Gemini representation is important.
Absolutely. All of it is. Well, okay. I hear you, though. January is definitely given and taken, you know?
She's given and taken. Do you have a happy and a crappy from January? Perhaps that will get us started off on the right foot.
Okay. Crappy. I would say the news is just generally pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Very much feels like there's a shooting every day, and that's been not great for mementals. It's, boy, don't get burned out on it. But also, I think I have permission to be a little burned out on it.
Yeah.
But no, so that's the crappy. Happy is I got to kind of put some work behind me. I'm kind of moving on from a place of work, so I've had some stuff that's been very much keeping me too busy, and now I can kind of settle, take a break from it, and figure out, what's next. So.
I love that your happy for January was essentially that you're leaving January behind.
In a sense, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
How about what's your crappy?
My happy and crappy for January.
Your thorn in your rose. What's your... What's your shit, and what was your the shit?
Oh, two opposing things. I think that my crappy, I always like to start with crappies because then you get to end on happies. I think that my happy or my crappy was the fact that it stormed so hard here.
Ooh, yeah.
And there was so much water, and I just wanted to leave my house, but I couldn't because it was pouring buckets of rain.
It was a lot.
So that was probably my crappy. And then my happy, there were lots of happies, looking back on it. I would say one of my happies was probably Mishka's birthday party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
That was really nice. Yeah, Mishka, the Craigslist dog, had a birthday party. We all bought presents. We sang him a song. He ate treats.
He truly loves those presents, loves those treats. He's been spoiled ever since, and
spoiled rotten. And that boy loves to be the center of attention. He adored it. He was just soaking it up, shamelessly grinning at all of us as we stared at him, and he loved it.
Yeah, it was a good day for him. That was definitely the highlight of my month as well.
Oh,
I would say.
So you're happy wasn't leaving behind January?
Not just that. But that was peak. That was a break I gave myself before I did have to bury myself in work. So that was the other side of the mountain. And then now here we are. And I can appreciate that I've scaled the mountain. But also, it was way better at the time when I didn't have a scale mountain. That was also good.
Got it.
Which was Mishka's birthday party. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mishka's birthday party was doing base a lot of
camp.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me start over with a new metaphor. It's like
What was the ice pick? Like, what was the mountain
the
climbing
ice pick
in this?
Ooh, the ice pick was Bravo's below deck. Had a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, did you wait? I have something to tell you.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a scoop.
I re-downloaded some dating apps. I've been off dating apps for a while because they weren't good for my little brain, my little tiny rat brain. And because, I was pushing the serotonin button too often, and then you know how it goes with the rats, and then they die. They drown themselves in their water bowls. Anyways, so I stopped doing that, but I re-downloaded them, and I've been slowly going on them again, like really limiting myself in terms of time.
Yeah.
And I matched with a man who I was talking about bad reality television. And to try to impress me, he said, I'm actually friends with Kate Chastain from Below Deck. We grew up together. And then when I moved out here, we reconnected for work stuff. And I said, I don't watch that show. In response to that, because I don't. And do you know who that is? Is that exciting? Should I have been impressed? Did I blow it?
Did you blow it? Well, I mean, if it has no reference or personal, connection to you, no. But I think I know who that is. I'm doing a Google right now because there might be another Kate. Yeah, Kate. Okay, she was kind of in an earlier season. Was it Chief Stew? Yeah, Chief Stew. I guess I'd be thrilled to get like a cameo from her. That'd be cool.
Okay, so I blew it. Is what you're saying? Is that I should crawl back to this man on my hands and knees? And
I don't know what that connection would do.
Impressed.
You should have been more impressed. You should have
Damn
really. I mean, they're one connection away from King of the Bravo Empire, Andy Cohen. So I think once you slaughter him, then you own Bravo. I think is how it goes.
If there's a network that one wants to own, Bravo would be up there.
The power you could wield with Bravo. I mean, it's not nothing. I feel like it's full control of the gay community, and then that's a pretty powerful force.
That's what I've always wanted: is full control of the gay community.
If you could control programming on Bravo, you could control the world.
That's incredible. Should we start the podcast?
Why start now?
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking, I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this often. I'm not like other guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of existential crisis.
Podcast for listener, call us the Fed, because our interest in you is rising. It's time for another Craigslist Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And we have for you a show. What do we do on this show, Sarah Thompson?
Well, we delve into the misconnections section of Craigslist, America's favorite list. And the misconnections section specifically is a free, Craigslist is a free website where you can go and just post whatever you want. And misconnections specifically is all about posting about a chance encounter you might have had that you wish you had acted on and you didn't in the moment. Now you're regretting it. So you're posting about it into the void, hoping that the right person responds to it. And we're creepy little voyeurs. So we go through and read everybody's, we pick the best ones. And then we just discuss them because they're just a little glimpse of humanity.
Yeah, we are creepy little voyeurs. Thanks for putting it that way.
I didn't want anyone to be confused about where our motives lie, and it's in being little creeps. We want to be little freaks, little goblins, little creeps.
Make no mistake. What'd I say? Did I say make the mistake? I don't know what I said. Make no mistake. We are creeps, and if you're listening to this, you are also participating in that voyeurism. It's too late to turn back now. Because one of us is about to read a misconnection. I think I can start.
Yeah, go for it. And these are also cold read. So the ones
Oh,
that I'm
yeah.
sending to Talon has never seen. The ones that Talon's will send to me, I've never seen. So yeah, their first time experiencing them is when he clap eyes on them right now.
Which is right now. Here we go. Found your journal in Northeast Portland, house off MLK Boulevard. I moved into a house in Northeast Portland off MLK Boulevard recently and found an old journal in the basement. It was a red spiral notebook with what seemed to be philosophy notes, sketches, or personal entries, all from 2015. Specifically, there is multiple entries to Shicks. There is also an art piece with a bunch of pencil-drawn faces from 2013 addressed to an Annie that matches a rough draft found in the red notebook that is hanging on our walls, leading me to believe this was all you. Whoever you are, if you believe you are the author of these pieces, or at least just the journal, please reach out. I love learning about this sort of thing, and based on the journal, I think we could get along and have a nice chat. Ooh.
A mystery begins.
Sort of a national treasure kind of situation.
Yeah, just
sort
like
of,
National
sort of.
Treasure.
15% national treasure.
It's a lot like National Treasure 2, because that was the one with the journal in it, right?
The Book of Secrets, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, National Treasure 2, the Book of
The
Secrets.
Book of Secrets. They would never call it
Literally
a journal.
in the name. I'm so sorry.
No,
Nick Cage,
no.
please don't come after me.
I'm sure none is taken. Yeah, so interesting. This is kind of a fun little treasure hunt, though, I will say. I would love to see a follow-up. I wish I could just pin this and get an update, but that's not how this website works.
It's not. But I gotta say, I really sympathize with the writer of this in some ways, because I too love to be like, I'm very interested in the people who lived in places before I did and like learning about them and seeing what their deal is. But also, if I was the writer of this journal, I don't know that I'd ever reach out because this person has read my innermost thoughts and now I'm going to have to meet them in person. I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like you could just burn that bridge. Start over. No one needs to know it was you.
No one needs to know it was me. I would never own up to it. Did you ever keep a journal as a child?
I never really did. I think the closest I got was having like a Blogspot page. At what age would that have been? I feel like high school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which
what did you write about?
I wrote about like just stuff I was dealing with. It was never that serious or that, I just thought it was fun to write. But
What
I
do you
definitely
mean?
wrote about like some friend drama.
Yeah. This is what I wanted, Talon. Yeah, what did you write about?
Gosh, I mean, how deep did it get? There was definitely like a time I made like a friend upset at me about something stupid I said. And it was just one of those fights where it was just like, we didn't even fight. They just were suddenly not, they were giving me the silent treatment all of a sudden. I was like, what did I do?
Do you remember what you said? Do you remember the joke you made?
I genuinely don't, but
Damn it.
which I guess that tells you how much I learned my lesson. No, I apologize for it eventually when I realized, I guess, this maybe could have been taken the wrong way. But
I wish it was more psychologically damaging so that you would have remembered what you said, because I would have liked that. That would have gone on your cringe reel, which I think we've talked about on this podcast before, cringe reels.
I don't know
Have
if we have talked about this on the podcast.
Okay. Well, cringe reels are like a big thing in my life. If we have talked about them before, I apologize. But this was something I discovered. I think the idea first came to me in 2020 and the pandemic. And it's basically like, you know how you have those moments that as you're trying to fall asleep, they suddenly flash in your head and make you regret being alive and being born in the first place, frankly. But they're, just every day. They're just moments in your life that you think back on and you think, why did I do that? And these are like the major formative ones. Like, obviously I have a little rundown after every single social interaction I have, but these are the ones that like really stick in your brain. And so what plays before you close your eye, or when you close your eyes at night, is called a cringe reel. And I discovered that if you share them with people, they tend to hold less power if you're able to laugh about them with pals. And so my friends and I all started to share cringe reel moments from each other, and we'll constantly check in and ask if anything has gotten added, or if something really cringy happens, we'll say, "Oh, that got added to my cringe reel." Mm-hmm. I know of an event I wasn't at, but that you were at, that got added to a couple of people's cringe reels in my life. Would you like me to explain it?
Yeah. To which are you referencing?
So, you went with a friend of mine, Audrey, to a improv show where a friend of hers was playing, and there were some people in that show that are like well known. I would say celebrities. There were some celebrities in that. And afterwards, Audrey's friend invited all of you to go out to drinks with them afterwards, and was very enthusiastic about you all going to drinks with them. And Audrey said, "Yeah, sure, we'll go." And y'all rolled up to the bar, and when you rolled up to the bar, it was packed, and you went to find those friends that you're supposed to meet up with, and you went up to the table with the minor celebrities, and they said, "Oh no, there's not enough seats for you guys."
Yeah.
And you guys just stood there awkwardly for a moment before leaving.
Yeah, it definitely flashes by my eyes every now and then. You know, these people who are very visible, who I just see on screen, I'm just like, oh, yep, that happened.
Got a little hangers on here.
They were, very polite. That's what I'll say. What can you do? Yeah. There was never enough room for us to begin with. Yeah. What can you do?
It's more about the vibe, It's not like you guys did anything embarrassing. So
no.
It's not even that necessarily. It's just the vibe of a cringe reel moment.
The feeling, that like, oh man, I feel that.
Big
cringe reel is right.
Cringe reel. Exercise your demons. It's like saying Voldemort's name. It gets less powerful the more you talk about your cringe reel moments.
I would encourage that.
Some of them that used to haunt me for years and years, I feel like I've forgotten because I've talked about them, and so it's a real blessing in disguise. But also journals. I want to keep talking about journals.
Yeah,
a little bit.
You journaled, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't ever super good at keeping them up. I liked the idea of journaling more than I liked actually journaling. Sure. But I also had a blog on Blogspot, which is why my ears perked up. And I specifically remember there was a group of girls, maybe 4 or 5 girls, and we all had blog spots, and we used pseudonyms. All of us used pseudonyms for ourselves, and we used pseudonyms for everyone we were talking shit about. And we just used to have this ring of talking mad shit about people in our class on Blogspot, and then reading each other's blogs. It was like Facebook before Facebook existed, kind of.
Man, that's amazing. That's great. I'm just wondering, like, what's the equivalent of that nowadays? Are kids talking about each other?
I feel like they must. They have to. But it's the thing about TikTok that's so scary is that the algorithm's so good, it will show you people you know, even if you don't share your contacts with TikTok.
Yeah, totally. So it's probably a bad space to do that, I imagine.
It is.
Or maybe they got a Slack channel? You think the cool teens in the class, it's like, hey, they're passing a note that's got a whole link that you have to type in to go to the Slack channel. Anyway, kids, let us know if you're listening.
Kids love Yik Yak.
Yik Yak? That's an app. I have heard of this app. Is that like the kind of like walkie-talkie kind of thing? Is that
no, Grandpa.
No? Okay, but it is a communication app. I know that. How does it work? I know how it works. Why don't you say how it works?
It's a communication app, he says.
Some sort of communication app? Some sort of communique?
Yeah, it's like Yik Yak, like you can join like different communities. So like people will join them for like their college or their high school. And then it's anonymous. It's kind of like anonymous Reddit or anonymous Twitter. And you could like write a post about somebody and it's all anonymous and everyone can comment on it. And yeah.
I don't like that. I got demolished in an anonymous MySpace box.
Oh my God. What did they say about you?
Have I not talked about this? When I got called a homewrecker?
Oh, you literally told the story in person recently. That's
I did,
why.
Didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I got called a homewrecker in an anonymous MySpace message box because I imagined someone was upset that I was dating someone who had recently broken up with someone else. There was no overlap. There were no homes to be wrecked.
That is
bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I would say that, like, there is something really divinely funny about calling, like, a 17-year-old dating another 17-year-old a homewrecker. Like, none of you have homes to wreck.
Yeah, we're all just trying to, like, make it to adulthood. Give me a break. It's not even what's happening. I understand. Your friends are your friends, and I get being upset. But anonymously,
devastating.
I'll never know who it was. But anyway, yeah, anonymous messages I think are more of a troubling thing. Just because like no one, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. And if you are paranoid enough, it will be everybody. Everybody will suddenly in your brain become capable of having called you a homewrecker.
That is devastating. I will say I recently read this crazy Reddit thread, which, Reddit, you can't always confirm the stories that are put places, but it was a story. So many writers, so many just creative little fuckers telling lies on the internet. But this one story was about this woman who was like, for years I'd had a stalker and like we'd moved houses and they always seemed to know where I lived and they would like leave things on my car and like leave notes in my mailbox and it was horrible. And, I could never get the police to do anything because as we all know, the police are ineffective and terrible. What? And I know, shocking. And so this woman was like it just like really affected my life. Like I was terrified to leave the house. Like it was ruining my marriage, all of this stuff. And then she was like, and then my mother-in-law died and all of the activity stopped. And it was the mother-in-law all along.
What?
Isn't that insane?
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so anonymous. We don't like anonymity, except for we do a little bit, but not when it's wielded with evil.
No, you have to be. If you're going to be anonymous, you have to be good. Anonymous donation. That's good.
That's nice.
That's a good one.
Writing a compliment on a bathroom stall wall. That's not creepy.
Anonymous compliment, non-creepy.
Like, Jessica has a sparkling personality. That's so nice.
Occasionally you see that. You could do that. It doesn't have to be all like stuff about butts or who has them or who doesn't. Okay, you don't got to work so blue.
Who's got a butt? Who doesn't?
Who's got a butt? Tony's got no butt. And you know what? Old hat. Hack.
We're tired of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
how about Tony's got a great laugh?
Tony really knows how to light up a room.
Tony's 40,000 megawatt smile is all I need to get me from Monday to Friday.
I never felt heard until I met Tony. Anyway,
I would love to see that on a bathroom wall. Can we start some sort of revolution on bathroom walls? Y'all, Sharpies are inexpensive. Use a local brand if you must. That's fine. There's probably good markers. Shop local. Get a permanent marker of your choosing and write something nice about somebody on a bathroom wall. Okay. Great.
But that's our lesson.
If I make the world a better place in any small way, that would be a good one.
Yeah, channel all that blogspot energy into a bathroom wall and also being nice. Okay, I got another misconnection. I got one from you this time. Molly? Megan? Maddie? You were right. The Chase Sapphire preferred card was everything I wanted and more. Call me. Winky emoji. Wow, Chase is really popping off with their guerrilla marketing, aren't they?
That was a thought. Like, what if this is just where marketing is going? It's got to find ways to evolve. And some intern was like, I don't know what I've seen. I know what let's do.
Write a misconnection. And we can target all the M names at once.
This is target marketing. I like that a lot. It's so much more likely than, I guess, somebody went to go sign up for a bank and talk to somebody I think are trying to hint at that they're interested in. But I wouldn't get that, because all I can get is that they really like their new card.
Yeah, I will. And I'll say, this isn't unheard of. My friend Audrey, who also took you to that bar, she also has, she has a specific credit card. I'm not giving them free advertising, but she has a specific credit card that gets her a lot of airline miles. And she has found ways to organically bring it up in conversation with everyone I know. And she got me to apply for it and approved. She got me to pyramid scheme some other people into it. And here we are, Here we all are.
Audrey, it's not just one brand. It's many, I feel like. She's good at, she's who you want repping your brand. She's good at influencing us.
Yes, she's an amazing organic influencer. If she could only harness the power, she'd be unstoppable.
if she were willing to, fork over her precious Instagram time to brand post, she could be raking it in.
She could be raking it in. But I will say, so it's not completely out of the blue that Molly / Megan / Madeline, I don't remember what the third name was, could be just Maddie could just be an Audrey walking out there, really influencing people she meets on the streets.
Yeah, now that I know on Audrey, I wouldn't put it past this.
Wouldn't past it put them.
Wouldn't past it put of this situation for it to be that way. I agree. Yeah, there's just people out there who are just, I'm that. I'm sure we're all that with the brand. There's one brand that we all
stan.
Can't help but we all can't help but stan.
What's your one brand you can't help but stand?
I mean, if you are meeting me for the first time and something's going to come up, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Marvel movie, Marvel Cinematic Universe related. I just wouldn't be surprised. I'm not even going to say, I don't even think that's true, but I think they probably are the brand who make the most indirect ad dollars from me.
Interesting.
Yeah. What would you say for you? Crocs? No?
Oh, yes. I would say Crocs or DreamWorks was going to be my other answer.
DreamWorks.
Because
DreamWorks as a whole.
Not only do I love Shrek, but do I also love the Trolls franchise. So
that's true. And you're a big Boss Baby fan. So.
That is not true.
What, Sarah?
I'm not a Boss Baby Bae. I'm not a Boss Baby Bae.
So how would you know what their fans are called if you're not one of them? I just feel like
I have to go.
I knew it.
My people need me. That's all I feel like I have to say about that one. Good underground marketing, Chase Sapphire.
Yeah, that's marketing I can get behind. And you know what? I'm going to remember it next time I'm applying for a credit card. Bar Richmond Hottie. Tuesday, 124, around 7 p.m. Gay! You asked me what I ordered at the bar, and I told you it's the best thing for a bloated tummy and or a hangover, hair of the dog. You were wearing a striped t-shirt and had the cutest platinum blonde pixie cut I've ever seen. You touched my arm as you said goodbye. And dang, I should have gotten your number. Sad face. Kicking myself. What did I order?
And then can you please describe the emoticon that is at the end of this?
So, I don't know. Maybe, what would you describe it as? Is it like an uwu face? I don't know.
That's what I wanted you to say. I have to say out loud.
Damn it. You got me to say it again. People are going to start talking.
Yeah. If you keep bringing up uwu faces, people are going to... The hive is going to start buzzing, baby.
Okay. First of all, I like that this decided to preface the whole thing with gay, just so you know.
Yeah.
But they do that, but they also don't really say, much about themselves. Like if you were trying to save someone time by saying this is a gay one, so it might not be for you. I would need to know a little bit more about the writer.
That's it. All you need to know is they're gay.
I guess, but you know what? I still had to read it to know whether or not it was about me.
They also theoretically maybe had a bloated tummy. I was wondering, okay, Talon, you're at the bar. You got a bloated tummy. What are you ordering?
I feel like a ginger ale was my first impulse. Yeah, probably not alcohol, I guess, but
hard kombucha. I've got a hot take for you here.
Okay,
hard kombucha.
Well, it's got the probiotics. It's got the mother. It's got the mother.
The mother.
The mother.
I mean, I hope it doesn't have the mother in it. Have you ever... I feel like the mother, if you were to pick up the mother of a kombucha jar, it would feel similarly to picking up a stingray.
Ooh, yeah.
Not the stingy part, but just like the flappy, floppy...
Just kind of the...
firm part.
The body. The body
the flappy,
of the ray.
floppy firm.
Yep. I agree with that. I've had a little bit of the mother in my mouth on accident.
You put the mother in your mouth?
I didn't put the mother in my mouth.
You suckled at the mother?
It ended up there, okay?
Wait, what the hell happened to you? How did you get mother in your kombucha?
I was having a brand of kombucha that isn't as filtered as other brands. It's kind of like a little bit more chunky. I don't know. I don't get it anymore. Because once you take a big swig and you just end up with something solid in your mouth where you weren't expecting that, not fun. Not a fun experience.
No.
So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I do not enjoy the mother in my mouth.
No MILFs here. This is a no MILF zone.
Well, hang on. I didn't. That's a Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, no
So a hard
mills.
kombucha would be what you would go for if you had an upset tummy at the bar.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would go to. And as a bloated tummy girl, I've lived that life.
I'm going to remember that.
Please know that it exists and know that it's an option for you and me.
Hopefully everywhere. Listen. This is... Wow. The boy, he unhappy.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Well, that's good. But I bet the other microphone did.
Yeah.
He getting tucked away.
Oh.
Old problems. Okay. What else is there to say about this one? Listen. First of all, gay. Second of all, bloated tummy. We it's going through the list.
Covered it all.
We covered it all.
It's okay. I could just start a new one, but
I like
you don't
that
have
too.
to milk it.
Anyway, I hope this works out for you. And gosh, thanks for the good story. I got nothing else to say. I was really trying to fish for something.
Yeah, you don't have to. I don't know why you're forcing yourself to do that.
All right, take it away.
All right. Server at Helium. You are a server at Helium, and although you were not serving our section, we made eyes and you smiled at me a few times before the lights went down. You're a stud, and hope you see this. If so, let me know what my name was on my hat. I don't know who's using stud nowadays beside horse breeders and the gay community.
And carpenters, maybe.
And carpenters. But that's an interesting thing to say. Call somebody stud. How would you feel if somebody called you a stud?
I would have some follow-up questions, like why? What did you see that made? Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know.
It gives me
bit
the
reductive.
heebie-jeebies.
It's a bit reductive.
Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. I'm going to be honest.
I feel like it'd be like if I called you a smoke show. No?
That would never happen.
I mean, your card's right.
Honestly, if somebody called me a smoke show, I think I'd be pretty flattered.
Okay, so it's more.
I feel like stud is uncomfortable because of the animalistic undercurrent. Like a stud is like a male horse that you like breed, right? So like I feel like that is where the creepiness comes from for me. But as a person who would probably never be called a stud, maybe I'm a little too sensitive about it.
I think if I thought I was a stud, maybe I'd feel differently. It's not I don't think I'm a stud. I think stud implies like a very specific kind of look, and I just feel like I'm handsome in other ways.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a raw animal sexually.
It's
I don't mean to insult you by saying you don't have that, but I would say you're of a more refined type, you know?
None taken. I agree with that.
Stud taken.
So, yeah, I agree, though. It's a bit of I feel like the vibes I get from this writer are a little bit older. White woman out on coming into Portland from an outer city to have a good night out at a comedy club. That's the vibe I get.
What I'm seeing is like, you know, those trucker hats. It's like I'm seeing like a bedazzled front trucker hat. It's like a heart, like a black hat with a heart painted in white, like in a splatter art style.
Yeah,
there's some bedazzling going at some rhinestones.
Why is that the vibe? Is it just the use of the word stud? Is it just the whole setting? What are we picking up on?
I mean, it's ethos, you know. Sometimes the writer's just so good that they get across the bare essentials of who they are in their writing.
Yeah. Making
and
eyes.
I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of.
No, sure. No, this is like a real Magic Mike situation for this lady. Like, she never gets to go out and do fun things. But there was a coupon for Helium
Comedy Club.
And wouldn't you know it, your boy, who would be in town? David Spade's in town. And we got that night off, so
Let's paint the town red, baby.
paint the town red. I saw David Spade do stand-up at a casino. Because the tickets were already bought and given to me by Elena, by someone who didn't want them. And we went, and let's see, Chris Farley's brother was one of the openers, and they were very funny and great. Good. And then David Spade came on, and we ended up leaving a little early. It was fine. I don't remember if we were probably just tired. We were probably just tired.
I mean, I think we could all agree that he hasn't been on top of his game since Just Shoot Me, which was
whoa.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did you? Didn't see that one coming. You think I'm just some uncultured swine? No, I know about Just Shoot Me.
I mean, that's like pre-Joe Dirt, right?
It's yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Anyway, maybe.
Anyway.
I
got one to send to you, my mans. So here you go.
Delightful. I'll take it.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. Can I read it?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Found ratchety iPhone in midnight bathroom. I found your smartphone resting on the paper towel shelf in the bathroom at Midnight Society. I turned it into the bartender upstairs before I headed back down to catch Nick's division. Your lock screen had what I assume is your dog on it. Cute pupper. Hope you find your phone, and if not, hope you backed up all your cute dog pictures. Sincerely, Juggalos for Christ. Wow. Twist ending.
The ending none of us saw coming. It's almost like when you like they do that thing where they leave like $100 bills on the ground and then you pick up the $100 bill and you like unfold it and it's like 100 Jesus bucks.
Oh God.
Like that's what that felt like. Like this is the Craigslist post equivalent of that.
I mean, you don't sign off Juggalos for Christ unless you're trying to get some sort of credit for one or the other, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might think that the two are mutually exclusive. I don't believe so.
Juggalos are an interesting demographic. I think.
Although it'd be hard because I think ICP is a pretty Christ-like figure in the eyes of the Juggalos. So it's like, who you gonna nail to the cross? Jesus or a clown? I don't know.
Oh man, I hope we get to see a Juggalo president someday.
Juggalo for president.
Juggalos should have if they had more funding, there would be a whole subgenre of Juggalo movies that I would love to watch.
Oh my God. Crowdfunded. I'm in.
Juggalo rom-coms. Juggalo, like, buddy comedies. Juggalo road trip movies. They got a movie about 4 old ladies going to the Super Bowl. I would love to see a movie about 4 Juggalos going to what is the Super Bowl for Juggalos. Whatever that is.
It's Juggalo Island.
There you go. We got a whole... There's a whole movie here.
It is. Also, sorry, can we back up? There's a movie about 4 old women going to the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to give it free publicity, but yeah, 80 for Brady. You haven't seen the ads for 80 for Brady? Based on the true story?
What? They just make a movie out of anything nowadays.
Yeah, it's, literally they do. So why can't we have Juggalo comedies in the box office? Why not?
Give us Juggalo comedies.
This seems like a real moneymaker. I'm not even kidding anymore. I think this should be a thing.
Hey, I believe you in a way.
I just think somebody is missing an opportunity to brand the Juggalos for American consumption.
Yeah. And who is brave enough to do it? James Cameron. Okay. I got another one from Hugh here.
I would see if you replaced the Na'vi people with Juggalos, and I would see that avatar. I would absolutely see that. Would be if you could jump into the avatar body of a Juggalo and experience Juggalo Island, and then fall in love with one of the Juggalos, and then have some half Juggalo babies.
Well, spoilers for the second movie.
I haven't seen it. I assume, but yeah, I just think that's a franchise I would watch.
All right.
I'm sorry, I just turned into like Jason Mantzoukas a little bit.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Anyway, we got another one.
Jury duty smiles. Early on this cold morning, I was ahead of you in the snaking line to get into the courthouse. We smiled at each other as we passed. Around the next turn, we passed each other again and smiled again. And then we got to leave. We didn't talk. You were a woman wearing a brownish coat, I think. I was a man with a beard wearing a black jacket. All I really want to say is that your smile made me feel warm and wonderful. Thank you. Okay, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
This I was about to be real mean. This misconnection is about as boring as jury duty is.
Ooh.
Get
well,
him.
here's my take on it.
Please.
And I had to, go through jury selection fairly recently.
Not to brag.
Not to brag, but your boy almost got selected for a jury.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say, yes, this is boring, but when you're in a place as boring as jury duty, or like, say, the DMV, just the small things become big things. The minor irritations become just mountains that you can't get over. Like not being told that your parking wouldn't be covered and that you would have to go pay for parking, and if you were parking somewhere, you had to go move your car because you can't park here at the courthouse for jury duty.
That story was almost as boring as jury duty.
It is boring, but when it's just we're staring at a clock and you're like, this could be my whole day, and I might have to come back tomorrow.
And
it's
the next
just
day.
Everything expands. It's like the quantum realm. It's just everything small is big. So I think by that same logic, a nice smile from another person would be enough to just kind of lose your whole mind in it and be like, this. The person, when I went to jury duty, who was like corralling us all around, even told a story about a couple who met at jury duty and got married.
Yeah, okay. They just say that at every single jury duty that
I don't know
nobody
that they
skips
do.
out. They're trying to get everybody to stick around and be like, oh, you might meet the love of your life at jury duty. No,
But
liars.
it doesn't matter if it was true or not, because I'm telling you, there are people in the room who just, their whole experience changed because they were looking at it through a new lens. They were like, I'm alone here. I don't have to leave here alone.
That's toxic. I'll say the only thing I've ever gotten from jury duty is I was walking out of the courthouse for my lunch break and I stepped on a master lock that somebody had left on the ground.
Oh.
And I ate shit so hard in front of so many people, and I really fucked my arm up. And it was really embarrassing, and lots of people came and tried to help me, and I was bleeding, and I still had to go back into that room, and it sucked, and I got dismissed, thank God, but really not a great association with jury duty. So somebody, I could have met somebody when they were like, oh, you fell down, let me help you up. Didn't happen. If it was going to happen at all, it would have happened then, and it didn't happen, so I don't believe in love at jury duty.
Listen, your experience is your experience, and I won't discount that.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you've been so jaded by an unfortunate circumstance.
I
did.
suffered.
Who's saying you didn't? Who's saying you didn't? Not me. Point me at whoever says you didn't.
All
but
right.
yeah, just you gotta be open-minded. You gotta be
whatever. Love's not around the corner waiting for me, Talon. It's not waiting for me, okay, Talon?
Only we'll see. Next time you're summoned for jury duty and you're stuck in that room for more than a day, you might feel differently.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I got another misconnection for you, okay?
All right. Championship Day. What a better day to be inside watching football. Just need name your game. Okay. Okay. At first I thought, well, they're just trying to get around using the phrase Super Bowl for some reason. Like they don't want that to get flagged.
Sure.
Name your game though. Now I'm all confused because I thought, well, we're talking about football.
He named a game. It was football.
but now
Yeah, I don't think they're talking about sports here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
the game part, you don't think?
Name your game. What about a little love game?
But yeah, I'm gonna put
a little bedroom game. You know what I'm saying?
put a ball in the cup, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hit this ball with the stick.
So you think this person is just looking for a little ball stick action to take place on the day of the big game?
I think so. And I'll say it. There's a lot of misconnections on this site that have to do with, like, I need a man to be masculine with me. And also, we're going to get a little frisky. So I think there's something to be said about this Brokeback Mountain style sexualization of masculinity. What does it say about the psychology of people who write these? I don't know. I just merely making an observation that they seem to occur quite a lot in this here part of town.
Yeah.
In these parts. Yeehaw.
I would understand why the anticipation about the big game would bring a lot of this out in people, you know. It's cold. It's past cuffing season. It's like, it's y'all better be, if you ain't cuffed by now, then it's desperate times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Which
Rihanna's headlining the Super Bowl halftime show.
You mean the Super Bowl's opening for Rihanna?
It really does. This is the first time, and I think it's because the sponsorship changed, but this is the first time I ever remember seeing a trailer for the halftime show. I really, before we even know who's playing the game, there's anticipation for the performance.
Well, because it's like her return to music. Like, she hasn't had music in years, like since Anti, right? And that was like, I don't know, 2016 or something. Like, it's been a long minute.
I mean, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, aside from many good things about it, it was also featuring the first Rihanna song in a minute.
It's wild. It's wild out there, y'all.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good show surrounded by two
men
parts
chasing
of
each other around.
It's modern slavery. I don't know that part.
Ooh, I love this hot take.
Just
the NFL.
I'm just here for Rihanna. I'm just here for the halftime show. I'll watch the Black National Anthem.
All right, we'll take
I'll watch
that.
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Anyway, name your game.
Name your game.
Championship days are coming, and so could we.
Yep. Okay, I got another from you here.
Take it away.
Heavy septum piercing, foxtail, bouquet of flowers. I've seen you twice now walking around 21st to 23rd, and I just want to say, I love your style, and you inspire me. Bouquet emoji. Yet again, another very pleasant situation, I would say.
Yeah.
I will say, foxtail.
Yeah. Foxtail.
Fascinating. We all went to high school with one of those, didn't we?
Sure.
Haven't we all? A foxtail gal? Gal who walks around with a little foxtail clipped to her backpack. Living her own world. Maybe she walks around on all fours. Maybe she neighs like a horse occasionally. Her special skills that she can neigh like a horse. I don't know.
Maybe she uses a litter box in the back corner of the classroom. Maybe.
Maybe when you say things to her, she hisses at you instead of speaks. Maybe
she sheds.
Maybe she sheds. Maybe she acts mysterious. Maybe she really likes anime. Okay, am I prescribing too much? Maybe I should back off. Maybe.
I'll stop you when you say something inaccurate, I guess.
Exactly. So if I only speak the truth, I'm safe. And I think I've spoken nothing but the truth.
One of us only speaks the truth. One of us always lies.
He's the one who lies all the time.
She's the one who tells us the truth.
Oh, solve the riddle. That was in Labyrinth. That riddle was in Labyrinth. That's all I had to say about that. Glad to know that girl grew up just fine and is now walking around the Alphabet District in Portland. Godspeed to you.
Good luck out there.
Good luck. Godspeed. Good luck.
Clackamas PF Gym. You were wearing all black workout attire, cropped hoodie, leggings, and white shoes. I caught you looking more than once. That spiked my heart rate enough to skip cardio for today. Thanks for that. Since the gym is a place for workouts and about the easiest place to get canceled these days, I won't approach you inside the building. Smart. As we know from last episode.
Smart.
Very easy to get canceled in the gym nowadays.
So easy. And you know what? Like, this person, they are being a little bitter bitch about it. But the fear of cancellation is doing what it's supposed to do. Am I right? Protecting the vulnerable. So.
Better, because the fear is all there is. Because name one person who's still canceled. Name a person who's ever been canceled and is still canceled. Can't be done.
Can't do it.
Can't be done. So if the fear is enough for people, great. I'll take that.
We'll take it. We'll take it as a minor amount of protection.
But here's where we get a little bit. We do it wrong, though.
Yeah, the minute free, it's open season. It's open season when you get outside the building.
Troubling.
Haunting. It's almost not now, but later. Or, wait, honey, I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Which we don't love.
Don't like it.
Also, do you agree that the gym is the easiest place to get canceled? Do you think that's the place that is most easy to get canceled at?
Ooh. Certainly other places I think more cancelable than the gym.
I would say anywhere. My argument would be for anywhere in academia.
Yeah.
A college.
Yes. Anywhere where there's a student teacher, a boss employer relationship.
A boss baby. Anywhere there's a boss
baby. I would say even an airplane.
Ooh, getting canceled on an airplane. How luxurious. How exotic.
Yeah. Just a lot of rules up there that even just like a sudden movement is cancelable, I would say. In the sky,
Like morally cancelable? Or like they cancel your flight.
Could be morally.
They ground the plane and they're like,
I mean,
no more planes for you, Miss Ma'am.
I mean, that's a good enough reason, I think. I think cancel culture should also cancel people who make disruptions enough on an airplane that has to land. I think that should be fine. That should be fine. Hot take. If we can't cancel them, we can't cancel anybody. If you refuse to put on your seatbelt so hard that we had to land the plane and have you escorted off and wait another 40 minutes to fly away, I think that's cancelable.
I would agree with you.
You know what? I'm certainly canceling you.
That's right. And yes.
I will not be renewing my subscription.
Taking a stand against airplane disruptions. That's important.
Yeah. What do you think's going to happen to Netflix now that they're going to crack down on password sharing? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm really hoping that pirating becomes popular again. The only thing is that the main computer I use in my life is my work computer, and I don't want to pirate anything on my work computer because that's a cancelable offense.
That's a cancelable offense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like bummed, but I do hope that it leads to the resurgence of pirating.
Look, I know I probably on this podcast said some unkind things about whoever used my Netflix account to watch Rob Zombie's The Munsters. But
this is the world you wanted, Talon. This is what you wanted.
I did not like that, but I would sooner just pay for that person's Netflix account and let them borrow mine than invoke this wrath upon them. No one deserves to be.
Talon, you manifested this. This is your fault. I'm going to go ahead and say
this is not the destiny I wanted to manifest, and I apologize for that.
I'm so upset with you.
I missed, okay? Manifesting is hard. There's not a lot of instructions.
You messed up real bad.
I manna fucked up.
Manna fucked up. You girl bossed a little too close to the sun.
There it is.
There it is.
I will do my best to manifest a better future.
That was beautiful. That's going to be your campaign slogan. I can feel it. Okay, I got another one from you here.
Take it.
Hope you had a good trip. 420 person winky emoji. I used to come in your store a lot, and the last time I saw you, I said I was sorry I had no tip that night, and you told me my positive energy was enough. You were telling me about the mini vacation you were about to go on during your weekend. If you think you know who this is, hit me up. You definitely smoke 420. Smiley. You are handsome, and I would love to hang out. If you had to tell me, write a Craigslist misconnection written by a person who is stoned all the time, this would be it. This was a good one.
Really? I feel like this person maybe has never smoked weed at all. But
is it because they dropped 420 too many times?
A little bit. You definitely smoke 420. Sounds like something a cop would say.
Okay, that is true. That's a great point. I would have been caught by that honey trap so fast.
You kids want to skip algebra and go smoke some 420?
That is okay. Well, when you say it like that and with your eyebrows wiggling, yeah, okay, all right, I see your point.
They did a winky face in the title, so I think their eyebrows are wiggling. I think that's implied.
Yeah, though that's fair. Implied eyebrow wiggling is definitely happening in this.
But at the same time, they apparently frequent this store, so I assume this isn't a narc, and this is somebody who does smoke 420 all the time. I just feel like that phrasing is.
It's real mom.
Dated?
Real mom phrasing.
A little bit weed mom. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
We're not talking kombucha mother. We're saying weed mom here. Wait, who would win in a fight? Kombucha mom or kombucha mother or weed mom?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think I know my answer.
I think I'd put my money on weed mom.
I was going to say kombucha mother because she's like bouncy. She you try to hit her, it bounces right off.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just feel like Weed Mom is already anticipating an attack.
Her third eye is wide open.
Hey, Craigs. We got one more MC we want to give you. But first, thanks for joining us for another deep dive into the misconnection section. The theme song was written and performed by Rose Sherman. Follow her at Hey Shermy on Insta. And follow us at Craigsistential Crisis on Insta and TikTok for more fun. If you enjoyed our company, leave us a rating wherever you're listening. Or tell a friend about our services. Check the show notes for more info.
All right, Talon, we got one last one for you here. Go ahead and tuck us in like a kombucha mother would. Kiss us on the forehead like a 420 mom.
Ooh. I guess I'd prefer to kisses from the 420 mom because I don't want any mother to be left on my. I don't want any mother from mother to be left on my forehead.
Yeah.
From kombucha mom.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, because okay. Don't put up a dating profile if you're emotionally unavailable. Seems simple enough. Yet so many people do it anyway. What gives? I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And this has been
Craigsistential Crisis.
What gives?
What gives?
Yeah.
It's not like dating apps are for sex only or something.
No.
They're all about finding your deep emotional connection.
They're all me harmony. This is emotional. Do not contact me with any unsolicited... Wait, what?
I just thought... Sorry. I thought you said me harmony like a pirate. Sorry, I totally do not to say that.
No, that was worth it.
Me harmony. Okay.
It's all me harmony. Do not contact us with any unsolicited offers. Or fuck. Yeah, I forget.
Excellent. Perfect episode.
Perfect. No notes.